and welcome to TAHETON County, Iowa. We are officially planting corn today. Weather is looking good, and it is May. So we are gonna take full advantage of that and get it some corn in finally. So we're gonna get our liquid out. We got our liquid fertilizer here that we're gonna be putting in, and as well as our seeds, our Pioneer seeds that we have. So I got the planter all, took out the shed here and folded out. We're just going over some of the technology on here and stuff like that. We want to verify everything works. We're going to do that here in a minute. So I got everything hooked up as far as monitors in the cab. Everything's good to go. It looks like we're full on fuel, plenty of diesel, and just grease a few things. Well, fuel, there's like 30 on here. So we're gonna fill this with seeds. I'm gonna lower it so I can open the top there and dump into it. Let's go ahead and lower it. Let's open our covers up, just like so. And then once we get the seeds in there, we will turn on the vacuums for the seeds here and make sure everything works in the tractor, stuff like that. So let's get our fertilizer. I'm gonna use, that's what, 528 gallons per tote, so per container. So we're gonna set that there. Actually, I think we might just, yeah, well, because we'll probably end up using 2 of them here. And then the rest I'm going to load onto the low boy over there, and so I don't have to come back up to the farm if I need it. I did debate on that because we're not that far from the farm. All our fields are pretty much here. Thought about just coming here. I still might do that yet. Who knows? We change our mind all the time here. Alright, so we're going to unload this one first and see where that takes us. Can't remember exactly how much liquid fertilizer we can hold on this system here. But we'll load into there. Yeah, so 400 gallons is what we hold. So we're gonna keep that one out, that's full, and then we have 128 left in the one that we currently got, so which is good. And I don't know if I mentioned this in the last episode, we ended up buying some round bales from our local farmer here, so for straw. They're cheap enough, it ain't gonna hurt us. We ended up buying a few of them. All right, actually it took from the one on the bottom. This one's still full. Okay, that was weird. Let's pick this one up and see what it says. Yeah, the one that we had up in the air didn't even... Yeah, so we got 128 gallons in that one there, which is fine. So now I'm going to get the Pioneer seeds out. And we're going to go and use... I think one of these, I think we're going to start with and go from there. We don't want to have too much in there. We're going to have more corn than we are beans, which our beans are in the bags. We're just going to dump in a few bags because we don't have a whole lot of soybeans to plant compared to corn. With us having these pigs and stuff like that, we want corn to take to the feed mill so they can turn that into pig feed. So we're going to have a lot more corn than we are. And we'll look at the map here and determine what we're all going to be planting here in just a minute. I'm going to load that into there. Yeah, I'm going to leave these 2 out right here. I'm actually going to leave it all at the farm here. I'll drive back up here. So let's load up our corn and see what we get here. Alright, so we got 45 bushel worth of corn in that first tote there. So we're going to use 2 of them. And I'm just going to go ahead and get this loaded with the second one. We are going to set these back over here because we are going to get a couple of these taken out, and then we're going to get refills on a couple of them. Not all of them. but we'll get the planter filled here. All right, so we are in a tractor here now, and we're about ready to head out. And the plan is we're going to be planting 75 with corn, 74. All these bottom fields here are going to be corn, and then we're going to do even 85 in corn. And then we're going to have these 3 fields up here. Then we're going to be soybeans. So that's the plan anyway. And obviously a little bit more corn just because of the pigs and the pig feed that we want out from the feed mill. So our 3 fields here of soybeans, and then the rest will be corn over bottom fields here. This one's right next to the river, and this one as well. They pretty much all do besides the bean fields here. So that is the plan. We are pretty much full. We're good enough. We got 89 bushels worth of corn, and then we're good on liquid fertilizer. So now we're going to test out our vacuum on here, which is pretty simple. We're going to listen for it. RPM should go up. The engine load there you should see. And we're going to shut our covers, otherwise that'll cause issues. Let's see what that does here. Alright, you can see there. Our engine speed, our engine load, all that's looking good. RPMs are up. You can hear the vacuums. It's all looking good. Alright. We'll shut that down, and now we're going to fold up, and then we're going to head to, I think we're going to go to the farthest field for corn, which is 85, and then we're going to do 75 last, because that's right down here on the farm here. At least that's the plan anyway. It does take a minute for this to fold. This should be raising here in a second, and then we can drive off with it. Okay. Alright, here we go. We should be coming up on our first field here to the left. And we're just going to cut in here. The ditch ain't too bad. Cause some issues. Turn off our strobes, flashers. Alright, now we're going to unfold the planter again. This one's fairly simple. I like fields like this. I mean, it's pretty much, we're going to just go around and do our headland pass and then up and down. Shouldn't be too bad. Alright, we're going to start up here. And then we'll go down and around and basically come back to this point. All right. Let's turn on everything here. There we go. And we'll get out here and check it once we get to the end here and make sure our depth and everything is good. Alright, we're going to pick up on that. Push it here. I don't want to get too close here to the water. Get out and check everything here. Okay, looking good, looking good. Too many issues. Death is looking pretty good. Getting fertilizer, we're getting corn in the ground. Should be able to knock out this 3 acres fairly easy. Just like that, we're gonna keep her going. And then we're just going to come up just like so. Just because we got enough room here to turn around. So I'm not worried about coming on the end here. Alright, we're going to get in a time lapse here and finish up planting all of our fields with corn here. And we'll catch back with you guys here at the end of it. And hopefully not too late. Right now it's about 11:40, so I don't think it's going to take too long. I think we should have it done, especially we'll be able to plant 9 miles an hour. That's pretty good. And we'll catch back with you guys here when we're done. Alrighty, we are on our last field of the day here, 4:20 in the afternoon, and we're on our farthest field away, down by the river bottom here. And I just filled up one more tote of corn. I'm sure I won't need the 49 bushel. We won't go through that on this field here. And then I did end up finishing off one tote of liquid fertilizer, and I had about 9% in there, and I just ended up topping it off just so I ain't gotta worry about running out in this field at least. So all in all, not too bad. We'll go through and hit this last field here. And the problem we've had with this field here, or at least I've known the issue, is it's right next to this river here and it floods. So a lot of times in this bottom field here, we end up having a basically kind of a loss Crop insurance, I mean, we have it, but they give you base pay, and a lot of times you're getting more for it if you don't have it. So it's nice to have it because it pays for things, but you're not going to make a profit, you know. So we're hoping that now that that'll all be fine now. And thought about digging out that river a little bit to make it deeper, but that'd be a big issue, I'm sure. DNR and all that, and costs a little bit of money for rent an excavator and stuff like that. But just to make it, or even just widen it out there, would be a big help. So we'll see if this year, if we get flooded or not. And it'd be nice not to have to worry about it. So we shall see. Oh, yeah, this field won't be too bad. We're doing outside pass. So any leftover seeds, which we'll have, we'll just dump back that in our tote, in our Pioneer tote, and that'll go back to the co-op here soon. They'll be picking them up, I believe, in June, because we'll be planting beans here soon too. We have a little bit longer of a shell life with beans as far as planting, so it ain't like we got to get it in right away like corn. And then the beans is not even going to take half a day to do what we got to do. The fields are really small, which is fine. I'm fine with it. Now we better shut that back window here. Got the lime on this field here, so it's awfully dusty. There we go. Right. Well, I'm just gonna basically go up and down from here. At least that's the plan anyway. And we'll go back and just the little pieces that we didn't get here. But I figured you guys would like to enjoy the sounds of the tractor and the planter. Yeah, it's gonna be close on liquid fertilizer, ain't it? Got 66 gallons or 64 gallons. I thought for sure we'd have enough. I didn't go through a whole lot like I was expecting, which is good. So yeah, I really hope I make it there, because otherwise I'm gonna have someone bring the pickup down and Well, first we're gonna have to put one of the totes in the back of the pickup like I was doing. I ended up doing that there. You'll see in the time lapse. I just to save a little bit of time, and we had some help, so I just made a phone call and was able to make that happen. So with me running GPS and all that, I just wanted it to stay on path and not have to worry about all that. So I just sat there and waited a few minutes. It didn't take too long. Yeah, that's gonna be close. We're running full percent, 50 gallons. Got a few passes here yet, and then we have that little patch in there yet. I think it's gonna be real close. I think I'm just gonna do this. Normally I wouldn't do this, but we're gonna do it. Yeah, everything's a little dirty right now running these last 3 fields that we did had lime spread in there, so you can imagine pretty dry, 62 degrees, ground's dusty. Yeah, I might have to have someone bring some down. We're gonna be real close with the liquid fertilizer. I was definitely off my calculation. I figured for sure down here we'd have finished off what I had. So that phone call is not going to be easy. Being I promised I wouldn't have to worry about it. So, but I'm almost positive now I'm going to need it. Just a little bit too. It ain't going to be a whole lot. That's the worst part. I said this is the farm is literally on top of the hill from here. I mean, literally straight up the hill, but you can't get to it. I mean, it's all trees, brushes, bushes, and all that. So, yeah, we're really next to the farm. It's just the fact that there's no trail. You know, we have some deer trails and stuff like that, but not enough to get tractor down or anything like that. The plan is to eventually cut open a trail and make our way for a nice little path down here, but we're gonna have to make one big enough for the combine, and that's the biggest issue, is the combine. We don't want to end up, you know, having that and then finding the spot where it's not too steep and all that. So, but we're planning on that to avoid having to go all the way around on this field here. But although it's in the flood zone, this soil is probably the best soil we have on the farm, is this field here. So I don't know if it's because it's down in the lower, it's in the bottom, but our pH and all that in this field seem to be excellent. So yep, I'm gonna have to get a little bit more. I'm gonna end up making a phone call here. I mean, we're talking very little. I mean, just what, 2 more passes here. All right, so we ended up getting a little bit more liquid fertilizer, enough to finish the field anyway, and I'm happy with that. We put 38 gallons in just to make sure, or 40 gallons we put in, and I wanted to make sure that we didn't run out. And the first thing I got told was, I told you so. You should have put more in going that distance, because liquid fertilizer we just keep in here until we plant our beans and then take it out. So it wouldn't hurt it sitting in the tank, or we could always drain it as well. Seeds is the only thing that we're going to be taking out here. We're going to be taking out the corn seeds. All right, that is it. We're officially done planting, which is good. Finished up a little later. Well, we had to wait for buddy of mine to bring some liquid fertilizer down, so it took a little bit longer, but we'd have been done by 5 o'clock if I didn't run out. So I would say that's pretty good. So it looks like we're done. All of our fields that we need corn in, got corn in. Now we're gonna let that grow, head back to the farm, clean up some stuff. Probably gonna empty the corn that's in the tanks right now, just because we have time yet and I'm motivated to do it. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go this way. I think we're gonna do it while I'm thinking about it, and dump that back in the tote, and then clean some things out. And we have to change a couple things on here. I gotta look back on there. I forgot what we used to change on here, but on the planter, but we gotta change a couple things for soybeans. We're planting them. So other than that, guys, appreciate for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Hope you're enjoying this new series that we're going to be playing on here, and we will catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one.